Hello, dear friends. So, the chapter 5 of Lord of Kumarikandam is Valli's marriage. So, this present audiobook is on this chapter of Valli's marriage with Lord Kandan. Lord Kandan had disguised himself as an old Shaivite devotee. He had asked Ilangovan and Veerabagu to wait for his return. He walked slowly towards the millet field where Valli was seated on an elevated platform, chasing away the parrots and other birds away from the field. Lord Kandan asked Valli in a feeble, faltering voice, "Oh, pretty damsel, can you chase away my hunger and thirst just as you are chasing away the birds?" Valli replied, "Sure, Periyavare." Periyavare in Tamil means respected old person. Kandan teased Valli, saying, "Don't call me Periyavare, darling. I'm just 10 years older than you. I can always marry you if you consent." Valli angrily retorted, "You seem to be a perverted person. You have come with hunger and thirst. I will offer you millets and honey. Have it and go away. My heart is only for Lord Kandan. Come what may, I will either marry him or none." Valli served Lord Kandan the millet, fruits, and honey which her father Nambiharasan had left it for her. Lord Kandan, in the disguise of the old Shaivite devotee, relished the food and quenched his thirst. Lord Kandan continued provoking Valli. "What do you see in that Lord Kandan? He has betrayed all the Shaivites and is appeasing the Vaishnavites, Devendran and his daughter Devane. Ask your father and he will tell you the truth about him." Valli angrily replied, "Periyavare, your hunger and thirst is quenched. You can't change my devotion and trust towards Lord Kandan with these baseless accusations. I trust him to be the best leader that the entire world has witnessed in the past, present, and the near future too. You better move out before I chase you out. Remember Lord Kandan's quote that Hari and Haran are one and the same." Lord Kandan continued, "Oh, pretty damsel, you have quenched my thirst, quench my lust for you. Come into my arms. Let us have Gandharva marriage, and I will take care of you throughout my life." Lord Kandan tries to hug Valli. She pushes him out with disgust and runs into the forest. Close by, Lord Kandan could hear the trumpeting noise of an elephant, and he was grateful for his brother Lord Vinayagam for helping him. Valli rushes back scared and hugs the old man, requesting him to protect her from the elephant. "Periyavare, protect me from the lone elephant. It chased me towards you. It is huge and is maddened in heat." Lord Kandan encashed the opportunity and said, "My darling Valli, I will protect you only if you promise to marry me." Valli reluctantly promises to marry the radiant old man when the elephant was very close to them. Lord Kandan said, "Remember your promise to me, Valli, and forget Lord Kandan. I am your only love from henceforth." Valli, out of fear, had tightly hugged the old man. Lord Kandan discarded his disguise and halted the elephant and touched its forehead. The elephant lifted its leg in prayer and blessed Lord Kandan by placing its trunk on him and Valli. The elephant trampled back into the forest. Valli was surprised at the change of the elephant's aggression, and she came out of the hug embarrassed. Noticing that it was a handsome and radiant young man in front of her instead of the lustful old man, she blushed and asked him, "You are the same hunter whom I had saved the other day in the forest. Why are you stalking me now in the disguise of an old man? I have told you my love for Lord Kandan. I won't have anyone as my husband except for Lord Kandan. I would rather remain a spinster and lead my life in the devotion of Lord Kandan as Avaya singing songs of Tamil Talaivan, our Muthu Kumaran." Lord Kandan holds on the hands of Valli and he says, "Valli, I am your Lord Kandan. I am pleased with your unwavering love for me. I am as much passionately in love with you as you are. I had come in disguise to know about my rebels who not only worship me as their god of hunters, but also are rebelling against my leadership. I am bowled over by their devotion to me, and I want to clarify the misunderstanding that they have towards me." Valli was delightfully surprised and happy to hear that the radiant, handsome hunter was her dear Lord Kandan, for whom she was pining for. She had tears of joy flowing through her glistening cheeks. Valli caught Kandan's hand and led him deep into the forest. Lord Kandan inquired, "Where are you leading me to, Valli?" Valli did not reply. Rather, she scurried firmly, holding Lord Kandan's hand. She led him through the beautiful landscape of the forest, with many flowers sprawling across the forest. It embraced the greenery with their vivid colors and fragrance. A peacock flied over their head in conjunction with a peahen. Valli led through the alleys and bushes into a beautiful thatched hut. Kandan's heart was brimming with anticipation of the future, and he could feel the breath and heaving bosom of Valli. Valli opened the door and let him in. The aesthetically decorated hut was the need of the hour. The pangs of love could be seen burning through their eyes. Shedding all their inhibitions with their attire, they forgot time and the world around them. They were involved in conjugation of a divine and earthly soul. It was a point of no return, and nothing in the world could have prevented their passionate and life creating primitive carnal dance. Both their souls became entangled and inseparable. They wanted their love to continue for eternity, but climaxed with outbursts of delight. They lay on each other with exhaustion and bathed in sweat. Lord Kandan said, "I have made love to Daivane, and it was in a measured tone. We did not lose each other after love. We climaxed with more of strengthening externally our souls from the cohabitation. In your love, Valli, I lost myself in your soul and felt your soul. The world around me became non existent." Valli replied, "Lord Kandan, I felt the same. I saw and felt heaven on earth. The divine love completely engulfed and entwined me. I was born for you. I pined for you. I forgot the world around me, and I lived in a platonic relationship with you all these years. Today it has culminated in mating of our souls. I want to be within you, Lord Kandan, and feel every twitch and move of yours. I hate my body, which is separating my soul from merging with yours." Lord Kandan explained, "Valli, our love will be immortal and will always be an example for union of souls, purely on the merit of want and not on the basis of caste, class, and community. I wish that all the citizens of Kumarikandam realize their unbridled love, which would unbind them from the chains of bondage to the material world and exemplify their souls. Such love would help them to attain salvation from the vicious cycle of birth and rebirth. Man should unfurl his love and talent, just as a peacock unfurls all its plumage in pride with least concern for others. It displays all its color and beauty out of its own pure joy. We should never hesitate in exhibiting our love, but be reluctant to commence a war. Making a life is more important than eliminating one." Valli heard the calls of her father and maid. She hurriedly dresses up and reluctantly bids goodbye to Lord Kandan. Lord Kandan and Valli felt a huge vacuum in their hearts at each other's separation. The next scene, Lord Kandan disguises himself as an old man and threads through the forest. On his way, he sees a priest whose injured hands are on a crutch. He was accompanied by his son. The priest is seen thrashing a well built tribal man. He continued hitting him indiscriminately. Lord Kandan is surprised that the tribal, who is mightier and stronger than the priest physically, instead of resisting this attack, is bowing down to him and receiving the blows. The tribal was begging for his mercy and touching his feet. Lord Kandan felt an urge to interfere, but he resisted. The tribal had a pleading look towards Lord Kandan for his intervention. Instead of helping him, Lord Kandan told the tribal, "I cannot get a change for you. You should feel the need for a change, and only then change can be brought about. All men are created equally. No one has divine birthright to claim superiority and subjugate others. Throughout the history, men with superiority complex will utilize the differences in language, religion, color, gender, etc., to create mischief amidst the people filled with inferiority complex and rule over them. They will subjugate them as their slaves. The day they break the shackles, humanity will reappear. Humanity will progress to divinity. Everyone would then be a god. Valli returned back to her hamlet. Valli's maids, noticing her absence and striking change in her appearance. Valli evaded the persistent queries by her maids and diverted their attention to other topics. Lord Kandan again appeared disguised as a hunter in front of Valli and her maids. The maids could notice the amorous exchange between Valli and Lord Kandan. The maids were alarmed and asked the hunter to leave the place immediately. Lord Kandan then revealed his love for Valli and warned the maids that their non cooperation would result in him resorting to the old custom of matal or riding the toy horse in the village, which is a black magic. The scared maids agreed to help the hunter, Lord Kandan. The end of harvest resulted in Valli being recalled back to the hamlet by her father, Nambiarasan. The clandestine love affair of Lord Kandan and Valli ended with this. Valli's mother noticed the unhappiness in her daughter and sought the help of a soothsaying woman who suggested to conduct a ceremony in honor of Lord Murugan. Lord Kandan was disappointed at the absence of Valli in the millet field. He came to the Nambiarasan's hamlet at midnight and with due aid from Valli's maids eloped with her. The next day, Valli's mother discovered her daughter's disappearance. The furious Nambiarasan organized a search party of hillmen to track down his daughter. The tribesmen were successful in tracking down the lovers. Battle ensued between Lord Kandan and the tribesmen. The tribesmen were no match for Lord Kandan and they were all disarmed and captured by Lord Kandan, Senadipati Veerabagu, Ilangovan and Kadisalvan. Lord Kandan along with Valli on their way met sage Narada, who explained that they should have obtained the consent of Nambiarasan. They returned back to Nambiarasan's hamlet and Lord Kandan revealed his identity. Nambiarasan had already heard about the heroics of the hunter and he had realized that the hunter was no ordinary warrior. Nambiarasan and his tribesmen consented to the marriage of Lord Kandan and Valli in accordance with the customs of their tribe. Vallimalai resonated with the joys and happiness of this divine union. Vallimalai even today resonates and carries with it many a tale of this playful couple, Lord Kandan and Valli, and their amorous escapades for eternity. This completes the chapter 5 of Lord of Kumarikandam, Valli's marriage. So thank you, viewers. The next chapter, which would be the final and concluding chapter, will be in the next audiobook. So if you have liked this audiobook, share it with your friends and leave your comments and remember to subscribe and like this video. Thank you.